Take podcast, where we have the hottest takes on YouTube. I'm your host, Tate Mannion, alongside Chris Redhead and Gavin Dooley. And right before the video starts, I just want to tell you guys that we're super excited for the future of this channel, and we're super happy to see the support on our last video. It hit 500 views as the time of this recording. So if you haven't watched already, go watch it, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. And before we get into the first segment, I just want to say that our guests for tonight were Felix Lucchese, Jordan Gruber, and Joe Duarte. Tonight we're talking about MLB, NFL, and NBA. We're talking about All-Star snubs, World Series predictions, and just trades and mock drafts. So it's an exciting video. And leave a like, subscribe, and tune in for the next videos, because we're looking to drop every Monday and an episode for the weekend. And we have some big names coming on the show, so be ready.
All right, today we'll be first talking about the World Series contenders. I know this is going to get a little heated, but I'd like to start off with the San Diego Padres. I love what they did with acquiring Yu Darvish and Blake Snell. They probably are, you can argue they have the second best rotation, along with locking up Tatis for the next 14 years. It's going to be big for them.
Is that all you have to say? Is that it? Are you still talking?
Nah, you can go.
Okay, so the fact are you not like considering the Dodgers coming out of the NL?
Dodgers are S tier. They're alone right now. No one's with them.
So why did you just say the Padres?
Because I'm talking about other contenders. Everyone knows the Dodgers are at S tier. No one's
the Dodgers' biggest threats in the NL. It's going to be the Padres with the addition of Yu Darvish, like you said, and Blake Snell, obviously, and the Mets. They're gonna do some damage. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna be annoying with this.
A lot of damage.
The Dodgers. The thing that's gonna like determine if they win or not is like how good Trevor Bauer is, obviously, and I don't think he's legit. Like I don't know a single pitcher who has had a 4 ERA his whole career, and then he had an 11 game like stand. Like last season he pitched 11 games. That's like less than half of a whole season, and his whole career he's been a 4 ERA pitcher, and then he gets a contract that's worth more than an entire team's payrolls, like the Pirates, for example. He was like extremely overpaid. He's not like a true ace, but if he is able to like keep up what he did last year, then they're gonna probably win it. But I don't think that's gonna happen. And they also don't have that good of a bullpen, the Dodgers. And the Dodgers nearly lost 3-1 to the Braves. So the Dodgers competition it's going to be the Mets, the Padres, and the Braves, obviously. And with the AL,
I like where you're going there.
The AL, it's clearly going to be the Yankees if they can stay healthy. They just acquired Corey Kluber, who is a 2-time Cy Young winner, and he hasn't pitched since his last season. He's pitched 36 innings since his Cy Young year. And they also are getting Severino back, who was third in AL Cy Young voting in 2018, and he didn't play last year. He had he did in 2019. Then he had Tommy John surgery. So the Yankees have like a top rotation now. They have Cole, they got Sevy, and they got Talion too from the Pirates, and they got Kluber. So it's gonna be Yankees Dodgers, I think, and I think the Yankees are gonna win.
So predictions: who do you think is the best team in New York? Yankees or Mets?
The Yankees. That's not a question, bro.
Better production.
That's not a question.
I don't know. I got the Mets, man.
The Yankees are hungry, bro. The Dodgers
to prove themselves. You can't just say the Mets are the best team in New York.
Yeah, but can we just talk about for a second how
they can compete with them?
But the Mets, if the Mets want to make the series, they have to compete against the Braves, the Padres, and the Dodgers, and I just don't think that they're up to.
Better than the Braves.
I think it's gonna be a tough battle, but
the Braves, they just got Charlie Morton too, bro. The Braves are good.
Yeah, the Braves are good.
Mets are
the
bad.
Padres and the Dodgers are definitely like a big competition. The Braves are also competition. I feel like the Yankees just don't really have as much of that. Like
the Yankees don't have any competition in the AL. Can we agree the Yankees are?
I mean, the AL they really. Gonna win there's a lot more competition in the NL. I just feel like.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be much harder for the Mets to get a spot.
Like, the Braves and Padres, like the Padres are gonna be a wild card team. If the Mets win the division, that puts the Braves as the wild card, and then they knock each other out, and then they play the winner of the Braves and Padres plays the Dodgers. So realistically, if the Mets win the division, they only have to play one of the like the three powerhouse.
Yeah, but you
teams.
still have to play them. And the thing with the Yankees and the Dodgers is they're like so above all like the other teams. Besides like the Padres, the Yankees, Padres, and Dodgers, they're like just so far ahead of everyone else. I feel like it doesn't
Yeah, and
matter who's like
I
behind
definitely
them.
think the Dodgers are just gonna beat the Padres.
Yeah,
I mean, I just
they
don't
don't have
really
that
see
good of a
anything other
bullpen
than
though.
Yankees Dodgers.
And can we all agree that Tatis is just overrated?
No,
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 he's
Tati's gonna be a star
that's a cool
talent. in the
take.
Cup.
Overrated.
No, it's a cool take.
He's so young. He's young too. Like
Not
that
a-
was a good
Tatis is
contract for
probably
him
the
too.
best talent of a
I do
shortstop
agree.
I've
The
ever
contract
seen.
came a little too early. They should have waited maybe 1 or 2 more years. Because
I thought it was perfect time.
14
It's
years.
not even that
he's
bad of a
he's probably
contract.
under contract for like the next 2 years. So
Yeah,
why like wait a year?
It's only like
Should've-
25 mil.
No, but he's
came
gonna
back
be an
for the
MVP.
first 2 months, and then he did bad the last month. He was terrible the last month. He was only an MVP for him the first 2 months.
Yeah, he kind of choked in the playoffs.
I know, but still, like he's 20.
That-
What is it, 22? I think. Like in a
He's
year,
super
he's
young. He still has time to develop and grow. I
gonna be
think
an
he's
MVP.
gonna be a
Nah, yeah.
talent in the league. He's gonna be in
I don't
the
know.
next 5 years.
14-year deal.
So who's all your
In
winners?
comparison, he's
predictions?
a Patrick
Alright,
Mahomes
everyone
like
drop
talent.
their predictions.
Yeah, World Series like winner.
All right,
And
I'll be
matchup.
like,
All right,
Be
I
honest.
Felix,
wanna
start it
say
off.
the Mets,
What's your
but
prediction?
realistically, it's gonna come down most
just
likely
Gavin's gonna go.
Yankees Dodgers.
All right.
If Bauer performs, no one's competing with the Dodgers. Like, let's be real.
Yeah,
He-
but
I
I don't
just-
see it happening.
I
don't
just
think- I
don't
think he's
see. I
overrated.
feel like Bauer for the Dodgers. The Dodgers tried to make Bauer seem like he was a lot better, and he's just the best option they have. But I don't think he really
Yeah.
competes as like he got paid way above how like his
Yeah,
pay
he
grade.
has a bigger
Like they put him
payroll
in a
than whole
tier
teams.
way higher than he should actually
There's
be.
definitely a
Like
lot
he's
of
not
pressure on Bauer.
he's not up in that tier.
Yeah, nah.
Also, he has the same. I think he has a slightly better ERA than Carlos Carrasco in the past 3 years, which is
Car-
what's.
What? He definitely has a better ERA, Carrasco.
Yeah, no, I know.
Trevor
Like, his
Bauer's career ERA is like a
he had
3.9.
11 good games. Like you can't like.
Yeah,
say
it's almost
much.
a 4. I think he's
Yeah,
super
what I
overrated.
said,
He has
he-
to play more games. Stay. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's super
no,
overrated.
I don't see him. I see him failing.
He's
Honestly,
not
in
a
LA.
respectable player either. He's not even that
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
The
I
fact
feel
that
like
he baited my Mets like that. I thought that was pretty
I
foul.
feel like honestly the whole reason that it's just such a hype thing is because he was kind of just going around on social media like who's gonna pick me up.
Yeah.
Like he was
course,
causing
man.
such a big stir, and it kind of made people like think more like higher of him. But really, he's
Yeah.
not. He's not. He should not have been paid that much.
He's
and I
super
don't
cocky
think-
and yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
Super
that
overrated.
he's not an ace pitcher.
And the thing with the Dodgers, they like don't have that good of a bullpen, and they had Urias. They literally had him starting, so I don't even understand that. They just don't have a closer like at the moment. Their bullpen's shaky to like say the least. So I
Yeah.
think they're gonna. I don't think they're winning. Like they choked 2 years ago in the first round. And obviously, the Nationals won, but I just don't see the Dodgers winning this year. The Yankees haven't had a healthy lineup. Like I know I'm a Yankees fan, but they literally have not had a healthy lineup. And last year they had their second best pitcher last series or season against the Rays. It was Jordan Montgomery, and they took the Rays to 5 games, which is a 5-game series, and they lost on 1 pitch. And that was Chapman's fault, obviously. But they had 2 hits the whole game. The Rays, and the Yankees only had 1.
Yeah,
they could stay
The Yankees
healthy-
have good pitching. Like I mean, the
Yeah,
Dodgers.
now they have great
like,
pitching.
They
I think
have
they're gonna win. Like they've never had pitching like this.
behind Cole.
My
like,
opinion is, if it's not the Dodgers in the NL, it's definitely the Mets.
nah.
Why?
The Mets this
Well, no, it
offseason.
depends
Nah,
on
the
the-
Mets. I mean, I
let's
want
say
to
that.
say the
Like,
the
the
offseason.
Mets, I think the Mets are gonna play the Dodgers in the NLCS. Like I think the Mets are gonna win the division and they're gonna beat whoever wins the NL Central, probably
I'm-
like the Cardinals. But
yeah. I have faith in the Mets,
performs,
but like that NL East
beating
division is
3
pretty
top
like.
The Mets are the favorites to win the division.
Kershaw, Bueller, and Bauer. Like, how do you like beat that? Like, that's like they can just run
Kershaw-
3-man rotation, like the Astros
Yeah, but
did.
Look at the Yankees. They have Cole and Severino
There's,
was a
like,
great.
but there's like so many questions. Like,
Yeah, but there's so
Cleveland-
many questions with the Dodgers too, and the Yankees have a way better bullpen than the Dodgers.
I guess.
And also, I don't know. The Yankees also have like the obviously like the biggest like power hitting lineup in the league, so that's like either like win or loss. Like because if they're not able to hit like home runs, they lose a lot. But getting DJ back was pretty big.
And I know you guys are gonna say this because like you like the Mets, but I think like the Braves are actually like good competition for the Mets. And since the whole like Tampa Bay kind of just like with their like terrible trades and just like destroyed their team for no reason, I think like the biggest Yankees competitor is like the Blue Jays. So I mean the Mets are gonna have it like
Yeah,
out
I
for
agree
them
with
with the
that.
Braves. Like
I don't even see the White Sox as that much of competition. They didn't get that much
They're
this
so young.
offseason.
yeah, I mean the White Sox. I mean yeah, but they're not like in our division. Like in the
Yeah, and they
Yankees
might not even
division,
win it.
like the Rays
That's
they
offseason. The Mets
they
offseason.
traded like their like one of the, like their best pitcher and all like they did all that stuff. Now it's just like I mean our biggest competition is the Blue Jays. The Mets actually have like competition with the Braves.
Yeah, and the Braves, like,
And the AL
I
is
gotta,
I mean the NL is just also such like a more like competitive like
yeah.
like
Sure, yeah.
And
league.
All
also
right,
with the
we're gonna get
Braves,
this segment moving.
oh, no, wait, hold
Let's
on.
wrap up with our predictions.
Let
So
me
Felix,
just
you
finish
said
this.
No, I gotta
Dodgers,
have-
right?
we
Let me just
gotta-
finish this.
I didn't say
I gotta
Dodgers.
say how I think the Mets.
Everyone give your
the
prediction.
Mets can make the World Series. Like when you look at their rotation, like the improvement they had DeGrom, and then they had guys like who had an 8
Yeah, but
year.
They didn't
get-
even finish with a winning
they get
record. Like, I
Carlos
can't respect a
Carrasco.
team like that.
It's a 60-game season.
That
though.
was
They were
last
like-
year. They're favored to win
The
the
Yankees didn't have any. The
Man.
Yankees were injured the whole year, and
They
they
have the
still like
Braves.
managed to
Mets
do
had-
stuff.
The Mets had
So, like-
David Peterson as their second best pitcher, who's a rookie. They had 3 pitchers.
We had
who
Debbie
over
Garcia,
an 8 ERA.
like our third
We have
man.
Syndergaard coming back, who like he's on and off, but like when he's on,
Carrasco.
Yankees finished last year like barely over 500. So
That
like,
is
you
not
can't be like
true.
a high caliber
All-Star in
team.
That's not
2019.
true.
It was 550. It was 550,
And also,
right?
they didn't have
2020
Paxton
season?
or Tanaka. Like,
And the
they
Mets
like
were
literally didn't have
got
pitching.
better in the offseason. We added
Jackson,
Taijuan
You
Walker.
didn't have a winning record though. I don't get like how you could like expect to like make this huge of like a
Yeah, but the
leap.
Mets added
Yeah,
so
the Yankees with
the
their
Mets added so
bullpen,
much
and
in
if
offseason.
we have
Mets bullpen
if we
has
have
Edwin
Kluber,
Diaz as
Cole,
the
if we
starter.
have a healthy Sevy, like
Yeah,
we
literally.
we're getting like young guys like Devi Garcia, like promising people like that. Like we're just
No,
The
I
Yankees'
think
biggest
so.
issue is just pitching, and now they have it. Like, they just need to stay healthy. That's the
I
end of
think-
the story with the Yankees, I think.
and we also saved. I mean the Yankees are
saved
obviously like such a
Cap,
rich
like-
team, but we saved so much money on LeMahieu. Like that's like you have
Yeah,
to
that
give
was
them props.
insane.
That's wild that they just saved
Yeah,
so
Cap,
much
Cap
money
did
on
it
like
there.
one of the best hitters right now. Like
Yeah.
best
All right,
player
let's
in
wrap it up with
The
our
Yankee,
predictions.
the
Gavin,
Yankees'
what do you think?
biggest issue.
Yeah, give your guys' predictions and who you
Let's
think's
wrap it
gonna
up with
win.
predictions. All right, we're gonna
Predictions
start off
for who
with
you think's
Jordan.
making it, and then who you think's gonna win.
Jordan, who
Who
do you
I
have
think-
a prediction? I want to hear
The
the two
Yankees are,
teams. I
like-
want to hear the prediction.
Yankees are like the clear. They're gonna make it out of the AL if they stay healthy. They never do, but this year I think it's different. And I don't see, even if they're like injured, I don't see a lot of competition for them in the AL.
I want to hear an
I'm gonna say
unbiased
Yankee.
like.
I know I
winner.
am. I'm saying. So I
Pick
think
your
the
team.
Yankees are gonna make it. And I don't think Bauer's gonna do that well. But also at the same time, like they were able to win the NL without him last year. So I think that the Dodgers are gonna make it out of the NL. And then in the World Series, look, the Yankees hitting, like I don't know if you know the sport as well, but the Yankees hitting, they just have such like power hitters, and when like they're able to like score, like they score so many runs, and they have so many threats in their line. The only issues with the Yankees is that they're very like heavy right-handed like hitting, and they don't have like that like really like a left-handed like hitter, and that can be like an issue when facing like a pitcher who's like really good against righties. But I just feel that I feel that they're gonna be able to beat the Dodgers. I feel they always have been able to, like last year when they played, they were able to, or 2 years ago, they were able to overmatch Kershaw and Bueller. I just feel that they're gonna be able to outperform them. Like I don't think Kershaw and Bueller.
So you
and
think
Bauer-
Dodgers and Yankees?
Yeah, and I don't think
The
I
World
just
Series?
don't. I think the Yankees are gonna score more runs. I think they're gonna do better
Who
against.
do you think's gonna
So
win?
and we
Yankees-
have such good
Yankees
pitching.
and
I
Dodgers
mean,
in the
Garrett
World
Cole,
Series. You think they're gonna beat
Garrett
the
Cole,
Dodgers?
like his
Oh, let me
2019
finish, let me finish.
season.
Who do you have
Jordan,
winning?
we gotta
Who do
wrap
you
it
have
around.
winning?
Let
Like,
me
you
finish.
think-
We got
You think the
time for this.
Dodgers
I
are
don't
gonna
care.
lose to the Yankees?
Yes, I think the Dodgers are gonna lose because the Yankees have such good pitching now, and the Yankees hitting is so it's like insane when they're hot.
The Dodgers are insane though, and
I
now they
don't
have
really-
Bauer, who has a
They're
60-40
not-
like
they're not
chance to like.
They're not insane. Like they have good players, obviously, but the Yankees they haven't even been healthy once. Now they have pitching. The Yankees batting order is absurdly like good with power hitting, and anyone in that lineup can hit a home run for them. And when they're hot, they face Shane Bieber, he had the 3-crown Cy Young, and they lit him up against the Indians, like literally destroyed him. I think they can catch hot fire against any pitcher, so I think that they're gonna win. I just don't think the
All right.
Dodgers are putting up as many
No, who
runs.
do you think's gonna win?
Let's move it on. Gavin, who do you got?
All right, so this is completely biased. I mean, obviously, I'm a Mets fan. The Mets are if the Mets win the division, they're winning the World Series. Like if they make it to the wild card, they're not getting past the Padres.
What?
Who do you think they're gonna play though? Who do you think they're gonna play
If
like
they
in order to get to that spot? In order to get to that
if
World
they win
Series
the
spot?
division, they're most likely going to play the Cardinals, and then they're going to have to upset the Dodgers. I feel like if they make
They're
I
it
don't
to
gonna
think
the
they're
have
gonna upset
to.
the Dodgers.
But you think they're
That's
gonna
like
upset the Dodgers?
yeah, I do.
that is
Because
like
when you
okay.
play like they have to like put everything together.
If you really think about it, it's not like
Saturday
not like
at
that's
home,
Joe, you
because
also think that
eight
Joe, you also
guys,
think the
it's-
Mets are going to the World Series?
They were
I think it's
yes,
okay.
they were top 3 in most of the offensive categories. They just they could not score runs with runners
I
in
think-
scoring position. They were so they were there. 6 out of their 8 guys hit over 300.
I think the
And then
Mets
now
guys
they
are
have
underestimating the Braves right now, to be honest.
They are.
You
The Mets
guys
didn't
are
have a winning
really
record last
underestimating
year.
the
The
Braves.
Braves
Like
just got Charlie Morton
Aquino,
too.
Zuna,
That's what I'm
Freeman,
Yeah,
saying.
Morton,
They
Freed.
win
Like
the
they have
division.
like they're the Braves. You guys are like really
the
underestimating
Braves
what's
finished
going on with the
35 and
Braves.
25
right now,
last
I got
year.
Yankees Dodgers. That's a big if. So right now, I got Yankees Dodgers in 5. I think they're gonna crush. them.
5.
Yeah.
Yankees in
Yeah,
6.
I honestly think the Padres
There's
are going
too
to
many
World Series,
questions
but
with the Yankees rotation. There's too many questions. I don't
Okay,
know.
but we're gonna know in like the first
If their
month if Kluber
rotation
and
lives up to
Sevy
the
are good.
hype, if
Yes.
Kluber comes back and I think Sevy will do good. But if Kluber comes back
All right.
and the guy James Talon, whatever,
No,
does
okay.
good,
I need. He's
Allen.
good. He hasn't played his whole career, and he had Tommy John surgery.
we'll
Like
see.
he's been injured. Like people could see him as a number 2 on a lot of teams.
All right,
he's
Joe,
good,
yeah,
I
you
think.
said who'd you say? You said Mets and who in the World Series, and then who's winning that?
I got Dodgers. I gotta go Dodgers. Dodgers winning in 5.
At least you hesitant.
All right,
No
my
faith in the
prediction.
Mets.
My
What you got, Joe?
Definitely Yankees. And if Bauer can prove himself to be a top 4 pitcher, then it's the Dodgers. But if not, then it's definitely the Mets.
10, bro.
Mets and Yankees.
I think the Dodgers.
All
can
right,
still
so where
win
do you go from
without,
there? In the
Bauer.
Subway Series. They only have 2
Subway
pitchers. They don't have
Subway-
anyone else.
If it does come down to the Subway Series, the Yankees are winning that.
Hey,
I would say in like maybe 6 games.
all right. Yeah, I just don't see Bauer living up to the hype.
Reasonable.
I don't
I
respect
have
him.
for my predictions. I'd say definitely Yankees, and then I'm either gonna say Padres or Dodgers. Most likely Dodgers. I don't think that Bauer is gonna prove himself to be like that good of a pitcher though. I think he's overhyped, to be honest. I don't think he's gonna do that well.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I just can't see him doing that well. And I think the Padres are also gonna put up a
Yeah,
like
I'm
a
really
good
hesitant
fight.
to pick the Padres.
I
Like,
mean,
I'm not gonna lie.
the Padres, that's definitely like, I mean, Yankees, Dodgers is just like what everyone is like thinks is gonna happen. I think Yankees Padres would be a really good series to watch.
Yeah,
though.
I think that could happen too pretty easily.
And I think they're definitely gonna put up a good fight. And if Bauer doesn't prove himself to be a good pitcher, then I think that's definitely gonna happen.
You don't no
Agreed.
one knows how good Tatis is gonna play. That's the thing.
I don't know
Yeah,
why
he wasn't that.
Yeah,
he hasn't
but
proven
the
himself in the playoffs
Right.
yet.
22
But they also have
and he's a top
Machado.
5
Like,
Yeah,
they got other
they have
guys.
Machado. They have just so many they have like good elements.
No, but the only thing with the Padres, realistically, they're a wild card team. They go up against the Mets, Jacob DeGrom. Like their one game could decide their whole season. That's the only thing with them. Like if they were
Yeah,
gonna
if you're
I don't think they're gonna make it out of the wild card. They might. If they play the Mets, I think I got the Mets winning that just because of DeGrom, like shutting
If
them
you-
down.
if you're going game by
Someone
game, like
DeGrom.
I'm being completely unbiased, I think the first 2 games it's gonna be DeGrom matched up against. I think Bueller's the best pitcher on their team, so I'm gonna say Bueller, and then I'm gonna say game 2, I guess Kirsch. And who's he gonna be going against? Is Carrasco your second best pitcher?
Probably yeah.
Yeah,
probably
and then I don't-
consistent.
and then Stroman,
Um,
Syndergaard.
Yeah.
it depends because
Yeah.
Syndergaard can be good, but probably Stroman at
I
2.
think the Mets could honestly take 2 games from them there. Like I'm not even in like games 3 and 4 because the Dodgers like don't have like Urias or whatever his name is. He's not that. I don't think he's that good. I could honestly see the Mets making it 2-2 there, but then I just see that I don't know. I could see that series going 7 games.
And you also can't forget about Kershaw. Just his postseason is not like.
It was better than it has been. He's known as
Yeah,
a choker
but
in the postseason.
he's known to just not like
I know, but this is
like
like the
not
first one where he
perform to
hasn't.
his full potential. And if he doesn't perform to his full potential and they also have a lacking Bauer, there's no way.
Yeah, he's slowly declining too.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's enough for this one, right?
Yeah.
Thank
Let's
you.
move on to the next
Everyone, did
segment.
everyone give their
Thank you
predictions
for
before
the,
we
Everyone
move
gave a
on?
prediction,
Everyone
right?
gave the
Yes,
everyone
yes,
went
Chris,
on.
you have a
Joe, did you
prediction
give
or-
yours?
Joe, who'd you say?
All right, no. Joe,
Yeah,
what'd you
but Chris,
say?
let's see.
I
Joe
said
already said it.
it's
All right.
it's definitely Yankees, and then if Bauer lives up to the hype, it's the Dodgers. But if not, it's the Mets, and the Mets are losing the Subway Series in 6 games.
All right, let's move on to the next segment. So next segment is All-Star Snubs. We're all gonna give our opinion and see how this is gonna take place. So I'll
And
leave
as
anyone
of
to
today,
start
I
it
don't know if
off,
there's going to
but,
be any other injuries, but DeMontis Sabonis replaced KD
yeah,
in the
Wait,
East.
I have a question.
Katie's
Are
not
we
playing for the
counting?
next.
Are we
we
counting
counting?
like the original votes or like people
I
that
think
got
we
in
should talk
like
about the
now?
original vote.
We talked about the
first.
Let's talk
original
about
ones
the
before the
Yeah,
injuries.
because I know a lot of people are
Alright.
gonna have a heated argument. Gavin, I'm gonna start off with a question directed at you. Do you think it should have been Chris Paul making the All-Star team or Devin Booker? I know we had a conversation about this before, but I think this would be a
No,
little
I mean,
controversial.
like when I first look at it, like Devin Booker, like seems like much more like he just seems better. Like he's younger, but like
Mhm.
like he's averaging more points. But realistically, Chris brought some sense into me. Chris Paul is like better.
Yeah.
It's just
Finally.
I'm not
Yeah,
really
Chris
sure
Paul.
about
The
him.
reason why the Suns are good this year is all because of Chris Paul.
Yeah, well, Chris
Chris
Paul
Paul is
this year
Chris
just
Paul is keeping it competitive with numbers when it comes to points.
He's still
He's
averaging
leading
really
in the
good
guards
stats.
as rebounds. He's putting up
Yeah, he
great
nearly had a triple
stats.
double a couple
He's
days
such
ago.
a-
Yeah. I think Chris Paul brings just an energy to NBA teams as a veteran and as just a great like ageless
And he
wonder.
100%
Like
deserves it. He's the best winner to never win a championship. Every team
That's
he
true.
goes to becomes a winning
100%.
team. The Thunder
Like
and
he
the
took
Suns
he took
both
the
never made the
Thunder
playoffs.
to the playoffs. Like that's just
Or well, the
insane.
Thunder did make the playoffs, but they
Yeah,
lost.
he's
I mean,
running
in
that
fairness-
offense pretty well.
to
Yeah,
somebody.
I mean, in fairness, like he's definitely the best point guard. Like one of the best point guards ever to never win a championship. I think he's a solid player, even at the age he is now. But like in fairness, like during the bubble, like the Suns went 8-0. Like they were a serious team. But Devin Booker is great. I think he's like an elite scorer. But like Chris Paul really ties like the team together, and like they're going to be a tough team in the West for the future, even with a 36-year-old like Chris Paul. So Chris
I
Paul
have two
definitely
people
deserves to
right
make the
now.
All-Star team.
With the original Eastern Conference All-Stars, I agree with it. But with the replacement, DeMontis Sabonis, I don't actually agree with that.
Really?
Because the
Who do you
Pacers
think would
are
replace
the
him?
A seed right now. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, but
nobody's been talking about this, but I think it should have been Tobias Harris. He's averaging really similar stats. He's averaging less rebounds. But like the Sixers' success, one of the main reasons for it is because of him. He's averaging like 21 and 8. And he's shooting really
Yeah.
good from 3. And he's
But I
playing
feel like
really good
DeMontis
defense.
Sabonis is like a bigger factor on the
And the
team.
Sixers are the #1 seed. Obviously, like Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are the main reason for that, but I think his stats are a little bit overrated. He's not really leading them to any wins.
He's
Can
not really
I-
like he's not an X factor on the team. Like Joel Embiid is the most dominant center in my opinion in the league right now. He's looking at like Shaq.
He's just
kind of
not as good
numbers.
on defense, DeMontis Sabonis.
Yeah, I think DeMontis Sabonis deserved that just like he did last year. He's just a
It's
beast
tough.
for the Pacers.
yeah,
It's tough, but like I honestly think DeMontis Sabonis he deserves it.
can I go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that they're like the 8 seed, but there are currently 4 teams tied for the 5 seed, and
The
the
Sixers
Pacers are
aren't
one
one of them.
The Pacers are though. You're
I know the
saying they're
Pacers are
8
though,
seed.
but the Sixers got a pretty
Yeah,
sizable
but you said
lead.
they're the 8 seed, and they're literally
'Cause they
tied
are.
for the 5th seed. Yeah, but they're
they should
tied
be
for
a
the
lot
5th
better.
seed.
They shouldn't be under. Are they under 500 right now?
They're 15, 16. They're tied
shouldn't
for
be
the
15,
They're
16.
tied for the 5th seed with 4 other teams, and then they're 0.5 out of the 4 seed.
But that's
Like,
not accurate. Like
But
the
you just said
East
they're the
sucks
8th.
this year.
What do you mean? They all
Normally, like last year,
are
like they
6
wouldn't even
games
be in the
behind.
playoffs right now.
Yeah, but you said they're all 6 games behind.
They
you just
are.
said
I'm
you
saying
said
that
he's the 8th
Tobias
seed.
Harris is averaging similar stats and shooting better from 3 and playing better defense. So he should, because of their success, like because of the Sixers record.
Yes, yeah, but they already. Tobias is kind of. He's like. I think of him as like the best role player in the
He's
league.
being so underrated right now.
I know he is, but like
If he was on the
Sabonis is averaging-
Pacers, I think he would have been averaging way better stats.
Sabonis is averaging like 21 and like 11, and they're like. You say they're the 8 seed, but they're literally tied for the 4 seed with 4 other teams, and then they're 0.5 out of the 3 seed. I just think the Sabonis.
fair.
I think the Sabonis.
I think a lot strongly about my other snub in this one, but I also do
Yeah.
think this one.
I think that Sabonis should have gotten in over Vucevic too.
No, Vucevic is putting up like
No,
23 and
Vucevic is a
13.
great center.
I know, but
He
like,
is
you're
such
talking
an
about the
You
underrated
can't
player.
expect
It's
him to win
insane.
with the Magic roster.
Like the Magic are such a terrible team, but the way they can stay relevant is because of Nikola. Like he is
They're
the best
They're
center.
the 13 seed though. Like that, I don't respect.
What?
That's why I
'Cause
think.
look
I
at
mean,
their
still,
roster.
I mean, yeah, but look at the roster. They have no like team.
They're starting like
except Nicole.
Dwayne
Like
Bacon and
Vucevic is like a
Al-Farouq
great.
Aminu.
Can't just depend on a center to lead your whole team.
Yeah.
Sabonis is
I mean,
putting up
it's
21
not like the
11 though,
70s.
and he's
Can't-
the best player on their team.
Vucevic is
needs a bit
averaging
of help.
That's why I
24 and
think-
12.
I know, but
He's
Sabonis is
averaging
averaging
double-double,
21
which
and
is
like
kind of
11,
insane.
and he's the best player on a team that's tied for the 4 seed. And the
Wait, who do you
Magic are the
think should have made
13
him
seed.
over Vuce?
I think it's
Who do you think?
Sabonis. Dude's averaging
I don't
21 and
agree with
11.
Does
It's-
Chris Middleton count
it's
as like a
tough, but,
forward?
Here we go.
He's a small
Not
forward.
really. He's
Oh,
a
never mind
shooting
then.
guard. He's a shooting guard.
Yeah,
What's
Gavin,
it
you
called?
can go.
Alright,
It's
this is
tough,
this
yeah.
gets me very upset. Trey Young is a baller, bro. That man is the next Steph Curry. Jaylen Brown,
All right, who should have made it?
Defensive
Who-
liability, yeah,
Who is
get
he
to it.
replacing?
bro.
Who's like?
Jaylen Brown should not have made it. He's averaging 25.
Oh my
Oh
no.
my god.
Are you serious?
Stop.
Jalen
Are you
Brown
serious?
shouldn't have made it.
Bro,
Jalen
Jalen
Brown
is
is
playing
an
better
elite
than
two-way
Tatum right
player.
now.
Jalen
Jalen
Brown's
Brown's
averaging
a beast.
25 and he's so good
Yeah.
on defense.
Chris,
bro,
Chris,
you see how
bro,
Jalen
Trey
started
Young,
off the
bro,
year?
he's averaging.
Trey Young is the one of the worst.
Trae Young
Worst
is a
Trae Young
defensive
is a
star in the
liability.
terrible
NBA.
defensive player, bro.
Trey Young is even not great.
And he doesn't. He's a,
not
right. Like
that-
obviously, you can't say he's like can't be a winning player, but right now he's not leading his team to any wins.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think he's a
look who
team
he has,
player
bro.
in general.
With
He
the
ruins
Hawks
the game of
roster, they
basketball.
should be so much better.
And then he's
I'm
got
like,
that
Hawks have a
record,
great
bro.
team.
Who do they have, bro? They have
John
Evan
Collins, Danilo
Hutter.
Are you
Gallinari.
serious right now?
Danilo Gallinari.
Rajon
Danilo had
Rondo.
35 the other night.
They
Like,
have
he's a
arguably, like,
great.
Brown has
They
Tatum,
have
Kemba,
Clint Capella. Like they have a
Thompson,
great
bro,
team.
Jeff Teague, and then they're
Exactly, and he's
they're
still putting up
15
those
and 7
numbers,
seed.
and he's a great pro. Stop. Are
Trae
you
Young is a
serious right
defensive
now?
liability.
And when the
he's
voting
ruining
happened, the
game of
Celtics
basketball.
were like weren't on this like losing streak.
27 and 10, bro. Like, come on.
He's-
What?
Yeah.
Okay, he's so bad on D. Okay, you can
He's not
You're
maybe
only
great,
looking at
no.
stats.
you can't
He's
look
not
at you can't
all-star
tell. It's
material.
you just look
Yeah.
at you're just looking at base stats. If,
He's just a
if you're just gonna
scorer,
say
like,
that,
it's
then
like-
Ben Simmons shouldn't be an all star.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, Ben Simmons shouldn't be an
Ben
all-star.
You can't just look at base stats.
Bro,
That's
he's
why
so
you
good.
said Chris Paul wasn't.
At that
it
point, then
first
like
over
Jeremy
Booker.
Grant
Yeah,
would
that's
be as
why you
good
had
as
the
LeBron.
argument.
You don't just look
No.
at just straight points and assists.
Bro,
If
they're
you
not
watch the
even
Hawks,
500 Celtics. Like,
he
come
gets
on.
abused on defense. He like his points.
He's not-
They score the
he's
same
not-
amount of points on him that he scores.
Your whole argument at first too was that Booker should have made it over CB3 because of his stats, but then you said you realized that stats don't matter, and now you're saying that Trey Young should have
It's
made
not
it over
just
Brown
all
because of his
base stats.
So you're contradicting yourself.
Yeah, if it was on
And
stats,
Gavin, who would have Trey Young made it over?
Yeah, I cropped that.
That's stupid. That doesn't even make any sense. Jalen Brown is one of the best players in the East right now.
You
He's
literally
playing
just
better
said
than
that.
Jason
Yeah,
Tatum.
no, Jay, that is
Jalen
yeah.
Brown's playing better
But
than
it's
Tatum.
true. Like,
too. Like
that's such a
Jalen Brown is
he's not
playing
even a
better
great
than
player.
Tatum.
He's
He
overrated.
is.
He's not great. He's not an all-star. He can score the basketball. Good for him. He can't play defense, and he's not a team player.
In any other
The
year,
Hawks-
maybe he'd be an all-star, but
Sorry,
as
you
the
were
years go
7
on,
10
the
assists,
all-star
bro.
team is
Yo,
getting
yo,
harder and harder to
Jay,
get
stop,
into.
stop.
He
You're
can't
saying
lead the team to wins. Gavin,
10
like, I don't know what you're
assists.
saying. Trey Young
That's
is
not
overrated.
entirely true, but Jalen Brown's just playing better. Like,
All
that's
right,
what
Yeah.
it comes down to.
fine. He's literally carrying his team to whatever they can do, bro. You literally just said he's not a team player. He's averaging
He
10
isn't.
assists.
And I
You
want to go
can't
to the
lead a team
West.
to
I want to
win.
go to the West again
Defensive liability. That's all that matters at the end too.
because I think
If you had to give an
When-
overall
when they
grade
replaced-
to
hold on.
the Eastern, to the East team in terms of like voting and stuff, like if you had to give a grade, like what would you give the team?
Dudley is mad.
if
Dudley-
you're
Dudley
if
said
you're
he
thinking
wanted
about it
Trey
like
in.
that, then Ben Simmons
Yeah.
is like terrible on the offensive
if you're
end.
just gonna look at base stats.
Ben Simmons is terrible on the offensive end. He's
But
like,
also
Yeah,
in
you
the
said
West,
Booker was better
who
too.
Player of the
Devin
year, so-
Booker replaced Anthony Davis. That you
Yeah,
guys
makes
might not
sense.
agree with this.
DeMar
but
DeRozan.
I think DeMar DeRozan should have replaced Devin Booker.
Yeah, he's the only team that's over.
If you look
500
at
that
the
didn't make
Spurs,
it.
they're like other than obviously Pop helps, having the best coach ever helps, but like their roster should not be 16 and 12 right now. And DeMar is
All right, where was
Low-key
DeMar
leading them.
last year? Where was DeMar last year?
on the Spurs,
do you
but
mean?
like he wasn't. What do you mean?
Yeah,
where
but what
was
the
he?
Spurs?
wasn't playing
like,
well last year. The
young
Spurs didn't make the
star
playoffs
was
this year.
The Spurs are
Spurs.
the only team over 500 who doesn't
Yeah.
have an all-star. all-star.
The fact that the Spurs have a better record than the Blazers, Warriors, and Nuggets with that roster, DeMar's like he's not putting up a lot of stats, but if you watch their games, his impact is just crazy. And he's also shooting the best from three he's ever shot before.
Yeah, they also have good like rookies, like good
He
young
has like a
players. Like, they have Keldon
35-year-old
Johnson.
Aldridge who's like injured most of the time, and then like
Yeah, but he's still a good veteran. Like they still have DeJounte Murray. They still have Keldon Johnson. They have good athletic guards.
They're
Like,
injured right now. Though,
DeMar's
they
like
were.
they're,
And
they're
Aldridge
pretty.
is out.
Yeah, because of COVID, like a lot, they've been injured. I don't know. That team being 16-12, like obviously, Book is
it's impressive though. It's impressive.
kind of disrespected a lot, but
Yeah, DeMar could have definitely made it.
I think they should open up one more All-Star spot for each
Yeah.
team. With how stacked the NBA is getting,
They-
it's just like
Yeah, but they don't get like they don't. It kind of shows like the best of the best because they don't really sub much in the All Star game, and just like to show that a player makes the All Star game just because they're like a little better than like, or sorry, a little worse than like the other reserves. Like it just shows.
when you
like,
guys think
DeMar
that
DeRozan
Bam
is-
should have made it?
No.
Yeah,
I think
He
there's
wouldn't have made it
definitely,
already.
I think there's definitely an argument for Bam. Like,
I don't even
Bam,
know.
he's
He's-
putting up some crazy stats. Right now. I don't think he should have
I
made
mean,
it
it's-
personally, but that's what I see most people saying.
Yeah.
Is that Bam should have made it? You
If
don't
you had
think
to
it is?
rank the top 5 centers in the East right now, where would
I
you
don't
put
know, I
him?
don't know
Nah,
if
NBA.
NBA. But Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Butler.
He is
was-
not playing enough games. He's not playing
No,
enough
he hasn't
games.
played. No. He's not.
Yeah.
I see people saying that it's just because like it's Jimmy Butler. Like he was insane in the playoffs right now. Like he's the
Yeah, but he's a
biggest.
threat though. When he's in,
He
his
should-
production is super high.
What
And
do
he
you
gets
mean?
No,
it
he's
when-
the most. He's
Like you see them play the Utah Jazz. Like he played.
that's the thing
amazing.
that Gavin was saying earlier with base stats. Like if you just look at Jimmy Butler, you would never understand like how good he is.
Yeah.
He only averages like 18 a game, but like he led them to the finals. Like but he shouldn't have been an all-star just because he didn't play enough games. So I think it should have been Tobias Harris and DeMar. So
Wait,
who
who'd you
you're-
say Tobias Harris should have replaced?
Who should he,
I
who
did.
should he go over?
No, who? Like who?
Tobias Harris over who?
DeMontis.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
not
we can
bad.
go, Gavin. Is there any people? Gavin, go over just finally who you think should have made it, who didn't,
I already told you, Trey
if
Young.
anybody.
Trey Young should have made it.
All right, Jordan.
That's stupid.
I don't think anyone should have. I'm gonna say this.
Can we all
Sabonis
agree
should've
that
made
like
over
they did a great
Vucevic.
job? Like the teams are great in general, right? Like there's no really
I
like
don't know.
like
I think I agree with
mean,
you on this. I don't think
Hard to
like,
miss on that.
any changes.
I
like-
wouldn't make any like
Yeah, at the end of the
really,
day, there
significant
are-
changes.
I think there's some arguments, but there's
There is a good argument just to
game right
say
now
that there shouldn't have been any changes.
The only one that's like debatable to me is like Booker and DeMar, and it just came down to like which one was more popular, like to like
Yeah, but
the
there's way
league.
more
So
popular.
that's why Booker got it. And Sabonis, I think, could have gotten over Vucevic, but it wasn't like that alarming. He made it in the end. So yeah, I can't believe KD's out though, the captain of the East. It's just
I
crazy.
mean, he's injured. You can't like
I know.
help that. And he's missed so many games to the Nets.
And Tatum,
I'm just gonna like
Tatum's starting. If people
Yeah,
don't
I
agree
mean,
with that.
All right,
I
so
don't- I don't-
finally, just like everyone quickly go over who you think should have made it.
Yeah.
Like if you haven't
I already
already
said who I.
yeah, I
think
think we're
we're
gonna
one
wrap
of
it up right here.
All right,
so
so final
I'm gonna go
question.
first. I think we're good.
Yeah,
I think the All Star game is good how it is.
they're balanced. They're
Yeah.
good. I wouldn't really make any changes.
Yeah, and I like the format that they're doing too. They're doing the same one as last
Mm.
year. More
right.
competition.
Final question. Who would you like to see your team go out and draft in the first round of the NFL draft?
Can I start?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan, start up.
Okay, so the Giants are obviously in need of like a wide receiver, and they're gonna have a lot of options. They're gonna have Devontae Smith, Jamari Chase, Kyle Pitts, and they're also gonna have Waddle. And like when the Giants are getting that pick, I think that one of them's gonna be available. And honestly, like I'll be fine with any of them because they're all gonna have like huge impacts. But I think that Jalen Waddle, I think he's gonna be better than Devontae Smith. When they both played on the field together, Jalen Waddle outperformed him every single like game. So because of that, I'd rather get Waddle. And also like Waddle, he's extremely fast. Like he outran Henry Ruggs, who ran like a 4.24 or something at the combine. And Waddle literally just wasn't healthy. So I think that if he was healthy, he would have outperformed him. So I just want the Giants getting a wide receiver, or I
I
want
think
to
the
see Kyle
Dolphins are
Pitts.
going to draft the Devonta Smith.
Jamari Chase, yeah,
Oh,
exactly. So
Devonta. No, I think the Dolphins are going to draft Devonta Smith.
they're not doing that. Jamari Chase is the #1 wide receiver off the board. Trust. He's extremely
No,
he's like
it's true.
insane. And also the teams that are gonna draft the wide receiver who like the Giants like have
Are
like a threat to
the Giants, the Dolphins, and who else? is in the
Eagles, Lions, All right, Eagles, Lions, and
And the
that's like
Panthers.
honestly.
No, Panthers wouldn't draft
Nah,
it.
not
They wouldn't draft a
Panthers.
receiver. Yeah, not the
And also,
Panthers.
what's it called? Like Kyle Pitts is there too, and he's like a monster.
I think that's who you guys are gonna draft. I think that's who the Giants are
Yeah, I
gonna
think
draft.
the Giants are
Giants-
I
picking.
really want to get
Giants are
him.
getting a weapon.
Pitts.
A weapon.
I think
They're
that
getting
the
a
They're
weapon.
getting they're getting a
The
receiver.
Giants need a tight
end.
end or a receiver.
Kyle
Like,
Pitts is a
realistically,
monster.
They're not going to get taken before the Giants go.
And
So they're
also we can also like use Kyle Pitts and Evan Ingram. They're both extremely
Yeah.
explosive, obviously, but the Giants had the fourth most tight end sets in the league last year. So like they're gonna be able to use both of them and still like succeed.
If you draft Kyle Pitts, though, I think you're gonna probably trade Evan Ingram.
I think we are too. But
I
we could
wouldn't keep
also
him on the
keep
team.
him. We could all we
I
could
wouldn't want
keep
to
him
keep him as
too.
a Giant. If I
The
was
Giants
I
don't
don't-
run on
I
like
hate
a
him.
two tight end
As a
set.
Giants
like,
fan,
that's
you
not-
hate
Yeah.
Evan Ingram.
He deserve to be in that.
I don't think
pro-
Evan Ingram.
They're in the
Yeah,
fourth most
at
tight
all.
end sets in the league, so I wouldn't be surprised if they kept him, but I don't think that we would.
I haven't
I
watched that
wouldn't
many
keep him.
highlights this year, but as a Jets fan, I am actually starting to get. I think we should
Evan
draft
Ingram had
Zach
the most-
Wilson.
I don't think
Yeah, I
he
think
really
he was
has any good highlights. Like he's
Yeah, so
terrible.
let's
He's
move
been
on to that.
drafted.
Chris, Chris, who do you think who do you
I need to
want?
watch more highlights on all the QBs, but from the amount I've seen so far, I actually do think we should draft Zach Wilson.
I think he's the better option.
Reasons why?
I still haven't decided if we should move on from Darnold yet, but I think we've given him
Why do
enough
you
of a
Darnold's
chance.
time's done in New York.
I think his
Great
time is. I think his
disappointment.
confidence
You
has
gotta
been
trade him.
ruined. I don't think there's a way. Maybe in a different setting, on a different team, but on the Jets,
Maybe with
I
a
don't
new
think
coach,
he-
but like Adam Gase kind of ruined his career.
And then I
Like,
think we should
his
draft
confidence is so low.
from all the highlights. Zach
Alright.
Wilson looks
Alright,
like the most
second-
promising QB.
The second
other
Jets
than Trevor
fan
Lawrence.
in
Yeah.
the group,
Who do you
Gavin,
think we should
what's your
pick?
opinion on this?
We got new coach, new system, new quarterback. We have to give Darnold can have a fresh start wherever he
Ace
wants.
is gone.
He's gone. We got a new face of the franchise.
His
QB1,
confidence has just been
Zach
ruined.
Wilson. He has a new system, which is a QB friendly system. That's why Jimmy G flourished. They're bringing the same system over from the
Oh,
nine.
it's a what?
That is
No,
kinda
he's
true.
a defensive coordinator.
Yeah,
How
he's
does
the
that make
defensive
sense?
coordinator. That
He's
makes actually no
bringing the
sense. So like
same system
Yeah,
over.
it's the same kind of thing though. It's the 49ers like
I don't think he's gonna be
Scheme.
using his whoever's. I don't even know who the offensive coordinator is, but that's completely wrong.
He's
He was a
from the
defensive
Niners.
coordinator.
We said
like
in
Zach
his-
Wilson, in my opinion, is like the most besides like
He
Trevor
is.
Lawrence,
Zach
is the
Wilson's
most
best
talented.
option.
Like
Compared him to
Hey,
Other than
wait,
Trevor
so
Lawrence.
hold on. We know that Gavin doesn't want a quarterback.
You don't
'cause
want a new
he-
QB. So who
He
do you
likes
think?
Darnold. So
Should we
who?
keep our
what
pick or should we
position?
trade
Who
down?
do you want?
Nah, we're getting Wilson. Zach Wilson.
But if you
Oh,
think
yeah.
we
Wilson
should,
at QB.
I thought
oh,
you.
so
do-
you
I
think
thought
we should draft a QB?
Yes, we should draft the QB. Darnold has to.
Alright.
I just feel like you can't like he's gone like down. Like you can't like
I'm
bring
His
seeing-
him.
confidence at this point, I don't see
I
a
thought
way.
Gavin
that-
was liking
if you
Darnold
watch
for
him,
a
It's a great
if you see
disappointment.
him during the season,
He's
it's just
broken.
like
Like he's
he is
And
broken.
then
He looks like
Mel
he's broke.
Kiper thinks that the Jets are taking Kyle Pitts, which is like absurd. He thinks that they're trading
No.
down with the Falcons. He thinks that they're trading with the Falcons. He thinks that Falcons are trading up to draft.
Oh, we're
Zach
gonna trade down.
Wilson. Yeah, to the fourth pick, and then he thinks that they're drafting Kyle Pitts fourth overall.
I don't think the Falcons
Crazy to me.
are done with Matt Ryan.
I don't.
yet.
I don't know what Mel Kiper.
I
I
don't
don't know what he's
I
thinking.
don't think the Falcons are
He's
done with
thinking
Matt Ryan yet.
a little wrong.
All right, Joe. How about you?
All right.
Who do you think?
What I think my Pats should do, either
My
do something
Pats.
big in the offseason with our 15th pick and our defensive superstars. We should improve our offense, either at QB or wide receiver, or maybe even tight end. But I think the most important move we need to make is a new QB.
Get rid of.
I see
Cam.
Trey Lance.
Sign Cam.
See
That-
I haven't
Devontae-
looked that far down into most mock drafts yet. I've been
I see
looking
Trey
through 1
Lance
through
maybe
10
going there
mostly,
with
but
the
then-
Niners.
Mac Jones is actually good. Devontae
Okay.
Smith said he'd rather have Jones and Tua.
I think Mac Jones, Trey Lance,
both of
and
them.
Smith are who.
And if the
they're
Patriots
looking
end up not doing anything with their pick,
is
then
Stephon Gilmore a free agent?
Nah, he's
No,
getting
but he's like
But
traded.
yeah, because he's probably gonna get traded.
I think Mac Jones is the move for that draft if we don't use our pick in the offseason.
And what Chris just said, that kind of applies to
Yeah,
the
he's talking
Packers.
about
'Cause
defensive superstars.
I'm a Packers fan, and we have the 29th pick. So, I mean, I'm like people. I think Zaven Collins would be a good pick because I think the Packers definitely need to build up a better defense, just because the Packers have such a good offense, but like
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers can't, like, he carries him, like Devontae Adams, like they carry the offense, but the defense
Yeah.
is just lacking.
Watching
And
I agree with
especially-
Felix. That's
I
watching
think
King
Zaven
against the
Collins,
Bucks,
like
they
a
need
good
new
edge
corner.
would just help so much, and
They need a better
especially
secondary.
if
he's beastable.
which we'll talk about in like for quickly for a second, especially if the Packers can get JJ Watt and like
Oh,
release
yeah.
release like Kevin King
He said his
I
teams,
think
I
their
think.
defense will
I
just
think
be
he
so
said,
much better.
were the Packers one of his
Packers, Bills,
options?
Titans. Packers, Bills, Titans, I think.
I
Yeah,
think
so
it
we
was
can
Bills,
move on.
honestly,
We can
but
move on to that really quick for like 5 minutes. Who do you
No,
guys?
That
we'll
has
do
to
it
probably
after.
do with who you're
Nah,
gonna
we can do
pick.
that different time.
We can do it at a different time, but that does have to do
Yeah,
something with who you're gonna pick if you do
Now,
get
but
him.
Zaven Collins is a beast. Like that's who the
Yeah.
football team is looking at. He's a great. Because
Yeah,
we need a
that's why
linebacker.
they were looking at him too, and he was.
He's
If
really,
he
really
goes,
good.
I hope he falls to the Packers because
this
that would
might be a
be.
stretch, but Levante David's a free agent too, so maybe they could try and get him.
He's-
I don't know how
he's
much
not gonna
capital.
no,
they
he's
have.
He's not
re-signing. I'm
leaving.
pretty sure
Yeah,
he's re-signing.
exactly.
There's
There's
no way
he
he
would
would leave.
leave.
The Bucs are doing
Same thing
everything
with Chris Godwin.
Yeah,
because everyone thought
Yeah.
Chris Godwin was like
the Jets, but like, nah, he's
didn't know
re-signing.
where he was gonna go.
So Tate, who do you
Football team.
who do you
Now,
think
I
the
think
football
we're
team
gonna
should take?
Yeah,
What
I
pick do
think
you
we're gonna
guys
stay
have?
with Taylor Heineke, but we the 19th pick. But I think their defense is really, really good. You know, I would want to maybe add like a cornerback. I was looking at this cornerback from what's it called, Syracuse, and he's like really insane. But I think that either Zaven Collins as a linebacker or even Mac Jones, because I think we're gonna stay with Taylor Heineke, but
Okay.
Mac Jones is a talent of a quarterback, and I think he's gonna fall super far. So maybe we
they
can.
gotta give him like some like motivation, get someone like behind him to kind of like push him.
Yeah, but this is like super, super hot take, but like, or maybe it's even cold, but do you know Rashad Bateman
No.
from USC? I think he's the most talented wide receiver besides like Jamar Chase or like Waddle.
You guys
He's
would you
insane,
think you
and
guys
I
are gonna
think
take a
we-
receiver?
I mean, I would honestly. Like, I know our defense is like we maybe need like a linebacker, but
Your
I think like
defense
just
is
add
pretty
another.
stacked.
That's what the same thing
defense is, like,
happens with the
holding up.
Packers.
Who are your
They-
other receivers other
I
than
have a
Terry
question for
McLaurin?
Tate. I have a question for Tate. Tate,
We need to add a receiver for Terry. Like he can't do it all.
Yeah, who are your? I don't think I
you
even
know-
know.
We
your
have
other
like
receivers.
Kelvin Harmon, who's a really good receiver.
I-
He's like really injured,
Yeah,
but
Snubs.
I think we need add another target. 'Cause we
Yeah.
have a great running back, potential great quarterback. I think we need another receiver.
I don't
just to
think.
pair
I
with
think
Terry.
you're overrating Taylor Heineke.
Yeah,
Yep.
no,
Yeah.
He's a beast. He is the highest QBR.
It
in
was
the
one
playoffs.
game.
Like, and he,
they should draft
one
the
game, the most
Was-
important game. It was the most important game. He
they
played
didn't
the
know how
Tampa
to
Bay
guard him.
Buccaneers.
They hadn't
That's
seen
true.
him
He
in an
shows
NFL
he
setting.
shows he can
He can handle
perform
it. He has
well
arm
under
strength.
pressure.
He has
shows-
I
He
think you have
does
to
show
wait a
he's
little bit before you go and call
the
him.
Skins
I think
offensive
you.
line is like
I
want to
think-
be like
You go on.
tough.
How do
But
you know he's
Taylor
a-
Heineke, he stepped up, and I think he deserves to be a starting quarterback.
About Russell Wilson.
Nah, we
Nah,
can
we
save
gotta-
we can save these topics for next
Okay.
time.
All right, thank you to the guests, Felix, Joe, and Jordan, for coming on to the second episode of Second Take.
It was a pleasure having you guys, and
Make sure you
Just wanna
check out
tell
the
everyone-
socials in the description.
that's true. We're looking to
Shout
drop
out-
every
shout out to my
Monday
boys,
and
Jaron,
the weekend.
Jaron.
So stay tuned.
And if you guys have any, if you guys are ever
Recommendations.
interested in coming on the show, message us
Just
on one
DM
of
us on our
socials and
Instagram.
If you
we'll
want to be on the
comment on-
podcast, we're open to anyone being on.
All social medias are going to be in the description.
Or if you have any recommendations for what you think we should talk about next, we're open to
Also
any
topics,
ideas.
DM us.
All right, thank
I
you.
also want to tell everyone that Jaron, who is owner of the New York Mets News Instagram, will be coming onto the show in the next couple of weeks. Also, the Next Network on TikTok, they will be also looking to come on the show in weeks to come. So it's something to stay tuned for. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and we're gonna sign off.